This is my 991.1, and this is my 996.1 as well. For Tail of the Dragon, I'm taking the older car. The 991, it's faster, it's more comfortable, and honestly, probably the better car on paper. But the 996, it just feels better for this story. You know, it's smaller, it's more raw, it's manual, and it feels like the kind of car you actually want to test on the road like Tail of the Dragon. So the plan for this video is actually why I'm taking the 996, what I've done to get it ready, and what I'm actually going to be watching for when I get to the mountain. This channel is Tej Drives. It's about older Porsches, which I own, and some others not in the garage. It's about real roads, and it's about driver builds. This is really the whole point. I'm not trying to build garage queens. I'm not trying to build show cars, and I'm not trying to act like every Porsche that is out there, or every old Porsche that is out there needs to be turned into some sort of full race car, right? For me, the fun is getting these cars sorted enough to actually use them, right? So road trips, mountain roads, garage preps, small fixes here and there, setup changes, the boring stuff that actually makes the car feel right when you drive it. That's what this channel is going to be about. And Little Irish is the first in this real story. Actually, the 996 gets a lot of hate, okay? But I think that is part of what makes it even interesting. It's not the poster child 911 as you would think. It's not one of everybody's worship, right? It has the headlights people still argue about till this day, and it's probably one of the cheaper ones you can get. It's the weird one. Let's just call it that. Is the weird one. But when you actually look at it as a driver's car, it starts to make a whole lot of sense. It's light enough, it's simple enough, it's still mechanical enough, and mine has the feel I want, right? The feel I've always wanted. It's manual, it's older, it's a little raw, right? But still usable. You know what I mean? Now, that's why I want to take this car. 991, it is great, but the 996 feels like the car that needs to prove itself. Let me put it that way. And honestly, that fits what I'm trying to do with the channel even better, right? So for me, the 991 is probably the safer choice. It is newer, it feels more modern, right? It is more refined. If I wanted the easiest car to take, the 991 would probably win, right? But this trip is not just about being easy. The Dragon is a kind of road where you want to feel the car. You want the steering, you want the brakes, you want the tires, the size of the car, and the setup all actually matter. The 991 is the better machine in a lot of ways, but Little Irish is the better story again. The plan is to head up from the Atlanta area and trailer the 996 towards Fontana, right? Now, I'm not putting this on a trailer because I don't trust the car. I'm putting it on the trailer because this is also a family trip. We have luggage, comfort, timing, and logistics to think about. I don't want to turn the whole drive up there into a test drive, and even before the real event starts, right? So the goal is simple. Get the 996 up there clean, unload it, run the Dragon, enjoy the road, then continue the family side of the trip towards Asheville. So the car gets to do what it was built for, without making the whole trip harder than it needs to be. So the prep has been pretty simple, nothing crazy, right? No fake race builds, no overdoing it, just the things that matter before a road like this starts to expose all the different spots in your car. I changed the rear brake pads. The car already had decent brakes, right? But I wanted to make sure that the rear pads were fresh before putting it through a real mountain road. I also flushed the brake fluids out. That matters more than people think. On a road with repeated braking, old fluids can make the pedal feel worse and take confidence away, in my opinion, right? I changed the air filter as well. And it's a very simple job, but I like the idea of the fact that even the air it breathes matters before a drive like this. The tires were another big one. So fresh tires are probably one of the most important upgrades you can make before a road trip like this. The tires actually connect you to the road. So think about it for a second. Then I had an alignment done. That is one of those things people skip as well, but it changes the whole feel of the car, the way it steers, confidence tracking, braking stability, all of that matters more when the road gets tight, right? So the prep has really been about making the car feel right, tires, brakes, fluid, air, and alignment, basic stuff. But the basic stuff is what gets you all the confidence when it comes to roads like this. So when I get the car up to the Dragon, right, I'm not trying to set records. I'm not trying to prove anything stupid whatsoever. I want to feel how the car behaves, right? I'm watching the brakes. Do they feel confident? You know what I mean? Does the pedal stay consistent? Does the car slow down when I expect? I'm watching the tires, right? Do they give me grip? Because these are new sets that I put on. They're a little wider, specifically because I'm taking it out here, so I throw this on. Do they feel predictable? Now, does the car feel planted? You know what I mean? Is it stable? I'm watching the steering. Does the car point where I want it to go? Does it feel sharp? Does it feel nervous? Does it feel like settled or not? I'm also watching comfort, not the luxury kind of comfort, but driver comfort, because recently I took out my Recaro bucket seats and put in the stock seats, right? They're a little more comfortable. Can I enjoy the road without fighting the car the whole time, right? This is what matters to me. A good driver's car, in my opinion, is not just fast. It makes you want to keep driving. The biggest point for me, right, is really why I wanted to start Tej Drives, right? I like the idea of taking older Porsches or older cars in general and actually using them. Not just talking about value, not just talking about resale, not just packing them and saying they're special. Cars are special when they're actually moving. Yes, I think they're special when they're actually moving. They make, how do I put it? They make more sense when they are on a road that lets you feel why they exist. This is what I want the 996 to become. Not finished forever, just ready. Ready for the road, ready for trips, ready for the kind of driving that reminds me, or even reminds you, why you bought the car in the first place. If this all goes the way I hope, I've been prepping for a minute, so if it all goes the way I hope, this won't be the last mountain road the 996 sees. Maybe we'll come back and have to change some stuff, make it a little better and take it out again. Stay tuned and stay blessed.